Hello and welcome back to Newsroom Nigeria. This is where we give you hot, fresh, and sizzling news all day long. If this is your first time here, or you have not subscribed to this channel, what are you doing? Please go ahead and subscribe, like this video, also leave your opinions in the comment section below. Hit on the like button, it's free of charge. That way we'll be able to put out more reliable and authentic news for you all. 4 individuals who were recently acquitted of charges related to the fire incident at the Rivers State House of Assembly have made startling claims. After enduring over 6 months in detention at the Kuje Correctional Facility, Abuja, they were acquitted of all charges in November 2024. Meanwhile, in a press briefing held in Port Harcourt on Monday, Ezebali K disclosed that they had been approached recently by a prominent leader of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, from Obiako local government area, who allegedly urged them to change their testimony and name Edison Eye as the mastermind behind the assembly fire. We were asked to rewrite our story and falsely name Edison Eye as the mastermind of the assembly fire, Ezebali K said, visibly upset. This is after everything we have been through. We cannot be part of any nefarious plot, especially not after the trauma we endured. The 4 men claimed that the request was part of a broader political agenda, linking their case to statements made by former head of service George Nwaike in Abuja. They also suggested that the pressure to implicate Eye was related to other high-profile cases, including the brutal murder of Ahoada area DPO, Bako Agbashim, and an alleged assassination attempt on the Speaker of the Rivers State House of Assembly, Martin Omawule. Recalling their harrowing experience, the men described being arrested in December 2023 under dubious circumstances. Oladele was arrested on December 5, 2023, followed by Chime and Mark Fassin on December 16, and Kenneth on January 5, 2024. They were allegedly blindfolded, detained at the Federal Intelligence Response Team, FIRT facility in Port Harcourt, and subjected to torture and coercion, including being denied legal access and forced to sign false confessions. One of the most disturbing incidents involved a serving member of the Rivers State House of Assembly who allegedly visited the detainees with a uniformed officer and pressured them to implicate Eye. When they refused, they claimed they were subjected to beatings and starvation. They tried to break us, Pastor said during the briefing. When we refused to cooperate, they turned to beatings and starvation. Meanwhile, in addition to the physical abuse, the men alleged that a former local government chairman had offered them bribes to implicate Eye. The bribe, they said, included 200 million naira and an overseas relocation package. These bribes were reportedly repeated when the men were transferred to Abuja detention. Some of the detainees claimed they were promised freedom in exchange for framing Pasa as an arsonist. After more than 6 months of detention, the charges against them were finally dropped in November 2024, and the matter was transferred to the Federal High Court in Port Harcourt. However, with their acquittal now final, the man said they were speaking out not just for their own sake, but to expose the length to which some political figures would go to manipulate the system for their own gain. This country belongs to us all, Lukman said, addressing the press. No one should be tortured or forced to lie for political convenience. We call on civil society, the media, and all justice-loving Nigerians to rise and resist the weaponization of state institutions against innocent citizens. What are your thoughts? Let's have your opinions in the comment section below. It's just obvious the political mechanization, that should we call it, that goes into all of these things that is happening currently in Rivers State. Earlier today, a protest, started or erupted in Rivers State and in Abuja and some parts of Nigeria as well. Youths clamoring that the sole administrator should be removed and Fubara put back in his position. It's just so sad that, these are the kind of things that we're experiencing in this country. The justice system, the police, every arm of government is corrupt. Every arm of government in this country is very corrupt. Imagine the police being used to carry out orders by politicians. The judiciary as well, pardon me, are also being used. The legislative arm, pardon me, they're also being used. I don't know if you guys still remember back in 2023 when this group of people were arrested. They were accused of being the mastermind of a fire that broke out at the assembly complex before Fubara finally, decided, allegedly anyway, finally decided to demolish it and now is building another complex for the assembly. Since that time, since then, can you imagine they've been in detention all along, and now they are coming out to tell us how they were being tortured, told to lie, told to sign statements. And when they refused, they were starved, they were beaten. I can imagine that probably that is the same thing that happened with, this former head of service, that went to Abuja and started reading statement from paper. Probably he was reading it under duress. He was threatened as well. And when he saw that he cannot, take it any longer, he had to budge. And before you know it, he started saying something else. He started, reading from a piece of paper, just saying everything they wanted him to say. You can tell that he was actually given an instruction to read exactly what he saw on the piece of paper. You can imagine. Anyway, guys, before we go, let's take a look at some of the reactions we got online. Ayalogo Eric says, Wike is demonic-minded man. How can he instigate people, frame people in a crime they never committed? This Wike is transfer curses to his children. Please, do Wike have a reasonable wife? The wicked will not go unpunished. That's so. Babaran Taiwo says, when they catch you, you go talk truth. Old fool is implicating himself, thought is implicating someone. Another comment from Sunday Fanny says, Wike, what do you want to gain? John says, politics and politicians is all about criminality and wickedness. Now I know why they say politics is a dirty game. Politics is for the dirty people. The people who do not mind, rubbing themselves against mud. They will rub themselves inside mud. People who do not mind playing dirty. Those are the kind of people politics is meant for. You all, let's have your thoughts and opinions in the comment section. Thank you very much for always listening and watching. I will see you all in my next video. Bye for now.